Charles. I appreciate it, man. Hello to everybody. I think it's Friday. Yeah, Thursday. I forget what day it is. Alright, gonna let a few people slide in here. I know it's the middle of the day, but it is what it is. Okay. Alright guys, here we go. We got this thing going on. What's going on? What's going on, Sig? Bone Daddy in Hawaii. What's going on, Molly? How are you today, honey? We're doing a zippy box. Yes, we are. Say hi to everybody. Molly, you gonna give me a wave? Give me something. Hi. What's going on? What's going on with you? You yawning? Yeah. Molly, you miss Zippy? Do you? I miss him. Alright. So, here we go. We got a couple different things going on today. What's going on, Tony? Nationwide Fancy Dancer. So, first thing I'm going to get into is the remote kit for this one. I wanted to take and do one of these, and opportunity knocked. Ended up doing it. Silicone wire goes into a mic jack into the staged amplifier. So this has got the driver's stage here, and then the 16 fill here, or both of them. Okay, so all the business is in the back on this one. This is what the guy wanted to put it, how he wanted it. So that really gave me a great opportunity to take and keep the face of this unit nice and clean. And boy, I tell you what, it turned out just simply awesome. Let me take and... So the way how these systems work, and I'll say it again, this one works the same way. You hit the on button, it'll turn on your driver. Okay. And the voltage stabilizes a bit, and then when you hit the second one, you'll see sometimes it'll change. And there's two modules in each one of these boxes that I use here, and then you get two remotes. This unit here is $210 shipped out anywhere, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, all throughout the United States. 210 bucks for this wireless system. Now, with that said, you got to remember, these are $5 meters. So if you have a little bit of RF in your truck, they're not going to blank out. They may give you a dancing reading, so the numbers may dance just a little bit, and that's just the nature of the beast of a $5 meter. I mean, we can't do any more than what we're doing with this stuff. So no excuses. I put RF protection in everything, so it's not like I skipped part of my job. But anyhow, this is a 4x16 stage unit. I figured I'd just kind of get this out of the way at the beginning of this video just to pull the band-aid off. I had a few people actually literally talk me into taking and do staged amplifiers again. And I put them on the price sheet and etc. I do believe that I'm probably not going to continue to do these combination boxes like this. I did another 4x16 in the past, but I had 454s in it. And if you go back to my YouTube, 123 Built Chicago, and refer back to that video, that amplifier will simply outperform this amplifier straight away with just a Cobra 29 R&R Cobra 29 radio putting out about 10 watts. Why is that? Well, first and foremost, let's get inside the amplifier and let's show you that. All right, just set this over here where it's nice and safe. Peel the lid off of here. So, here's what we got going on up in here. Beautiful amp, turned out great. I have a 6 106 CFM fans. They're actually awesome fans. They're not exactly cheap. You can look that number up online if you like. I ain't joking. They're not cheap fans. I use them in almost everything I can get them in. Also, I filter the board. So RF protection is, I'm all about it. With that said, I have some nice, really nice, super flexible silicone wire, and it works great. I'm really happy with it. Has no problems with that whatsoever. So in the back end of this thing, this is a stage unit. So obviously you see two relays in there, one little peanut relay, and that's for the 4 transistor unit, and then the bigger one for the 16 transistor unit. The blue wire takes and obviously brings the coil into that wire, and then the yellow one brings the coil positive into that relay as well. So that said, you got 4 2879s right here in the 4-pill stage, and you're driving 16 2879s, 8 on that side, 8 over on this side. Have a nice input network, and all the coax is laid out properly, at least how I consider proper. So that's what your unit looks like internally. This thing is a tank. It's really built well. I put a lot of time in this thing. I spent, and this is one of the reasons why I made the decision on I'm not going to take and continue to do multiple stage amplifiers, especially when you can't get the best performance out of it. But where I really had to work is on my antenna. Not on my antenna itself, but work this box in the antenna to get it to tune out properly. Now, you could take this, build this unit, throw it on a dummy load, and it's going to work absolutely flawless and perfect. No burps, squeaks, nothing. But coax length does truly matter, because I had to take and add to the length feeding this. So in the description it says we're going to talk about coax, and this is part of that video. I'm going to talk about that coax, and I'll show you later in the video. Right now I have coupled together, I added 6 foot of coax to make my input coax coming from my radio, my R&R Cobra 29. I made it 18 foot, and that's what it wanted to see on the antenna. And like I said, I will show you this on the antenna, and you're going to see what the reaction is going to be when I just simply pull that 6 foot out. So for the guy that says, oh man, I don't care about the length of the coax, it don't make any difference, I'm going to truly show you this. And then believe me, this is on a half a wave antenna, so it's going to be even worse if you don't have your stuff right in your mobile with a quarter wave antenna. So it's just how this box wanted to phase out. Now, I said also, I had said and mentioned that I didn't really truly have enough drive from my R&R Cobra 29 at 10 watts to drive this. Why is that? Why didn't I have enough drive for the R&R Cobra 29 to drive 4 2879 HGs? Well, let's just say I had 10 watts. And you're going to divide that 4 times. And I'm only putting 2.5 watts per transistor in there to get them to get excited. Man, there's so much headroom there, it's stupid. So I'm doing this math for a reason. What's my reason for this? Because I know where I'm going to land with my wattage on this. And I want you guys to understand you can't make any more power unless you have a little higher power radio. And I'm not a huge believer at all in any disco dual final radio. Now, if people want to go out there and try them, you better have some birds in there for you can see what's going to happen to your equipment when it goes crazy. It may or may not work. I don't have a striker. I really don't care about trying one into it. Everybody knows I'm not a big fan of them. That's all good. That's just me. So, yeah, let's say this guy, I think he has a 35 watt bird radio. I think he has a little stinger board in it. That may be a good matchup with this, but he's going to have to do the testing to make sure that radio is going to work nicely in it. But if you want to just simply be safe, just run a 10 watt bird radio, Cobra R&R 29. Let me go up to this channel here. And let's see, here's my voltage. Here is a 25 watt slug. Unit is off. Let's take and read what we have going on right here with just going through everything, getting to my meter. Audio, 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 audio. So it's showing 9.5 watts. And this is just going through both bypasses. It's right there. I got 2 relays and I got to go through both bypasses. That's a 5 watt slug. So it's seeing almost all of it. All right. Now when I fire this up, you're going to see this number increase a little bit. It should. Audio, because the circuit is going to work. So let me find a driver. Turn on the driver. All right. Yellow white light should be on. Yep. Driver is running. Let's see what the radio is doing now. Audio, audio. So, the resistance from the bridge or the bypass of the 2 amplifiers was chewing up a little bit of the power. I can't believe that music's loud. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that, Steve. It seems to bother me, but apparently the microphone picks up a little bit better. Alright, so I'm making more power now that the driver's on. Yes, sir. Audio, 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 audio. So I'm making the extra half watt. It's functioning now. So let's see. I'm on the antenna. Let's just see what the reflection is. Audio, 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 audio. That is a 25 watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. About 1 watt. All right. Let's see what we see on 2500. This is a driver. Each line is 50 watts. Top scale. Audio, 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 audio. So we're not quite making, we're making about 225. I don't know what this is going to show me. Let's see. Audio, 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 audio. Somewhere right in there. It dances around. That's a digital thing. There's peaker tweaker on the driver. Peaker tweaker, 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 tweaker. It says 800. I don't really truly believe it. Let's see what it says over on this one on 250, 2500 I should say. Audio, audio, audio. It's showing me like 7. All right. Either way, it's just a reference. So as we turn this thing on, turn on the big box now. Let's turn on the 16. Let's just run the 16 by itself. All right, so here's just the 16 with just the radio driving. Again, here's the radio. Audio, 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 audio. All right, so that's just the radio now. You see it's way down now because why? All the pills are eating up all the power. All right, there we go. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Input reflection. And that looks like I'm hanging out right around close to a half a watt. Audio, 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 right there, about a half, a little over. Now, the peak, just the 16 by itself, peaker tweaker, 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 2250 with just a radio driving it. I ain't got no RMS. I need to fill that up. Audio, 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 audio. That's 2500 watt slug. I'm making 250 watts RMS out of this unit. And then the almighty peak number, what I like to call the shit show. There you go, tweaker, tweaker, tweaker. Now that's just a 16 all by itself. Now what's happening with the antenna there? We're hanging out around half 1 watt. Audio, 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 about the same, about 1.5 watts now. Now I'm going to take and turn on the driver now, and we're going to run the driver and the 16. So the carrier. Okay, let's take a look at this. Audio, 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 audio. About 225 amps this entire unit is drawing. Now let's see my radio drive. Let's see if it came back up or just stayed down low. Audio, 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 audio. So she's eating. It's seeing that 10 watts of drive now. Alright? What my input's hanging out at? Audio, 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 audio. Still hanging out right around that half watt mark, which is fine. Now, let's look at the 2500 watt scale and RMS. Now, dead key is key here. So, if you say, oh, I'm going to keep real low and let it swing a lot, you're going to see different things happen with what? Your reflection meter, if you're running birds. Here we go. It's about where you should key it. About 700, probably about the lowest I would go. Let's see what happens here. Testing audio, testing audio, testing audio, testing audio. Stays nice and calm. you may have heard my fan speed up just a touch. Remember, I got a lot of RF going on here. RF, see it? RF meter, audio. That's what's in my room. And I'm on the antenna. Okay, so there is RF present. And that's great to have a little RF present for you can see what's happening. As you can see, obviously, I am on my antenna. My dummy load's down there. Now, let's see what we got going on with our peaker tweaker. 5 kilowatt stage, yes. Okay. And we're peaking and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking audio. I'm on my antenna. Audio, audio, audio. Now, going back, I said antenna and we just seen the peak. Let's look at RMS and let's look at amperage and voltage again and compare your numbers. Audio, 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 audio. 229, 230 at 14, audio, audio, about 14.7. So y'all can do the math on that, see if my peak is anywhere in the ballpark, which it should be. And well, let's go back to that whole dead key thing. All right, let's go up here. I'm put my finger on the knob. Go back to mic gain down too. Now I want to show you. I'm actually going to show you in both in frame. All right, so both meters. I'm going to look at this one and this one. You guys should be able to see them dance a little bit. Watch carrier. Watch my reflection. See it? Too much. Unable due to the weak network. Why is that up here? Transmission is unstable due to a weak network. Don't know what that is. Okay, so carrying on. Get a carrier. And you see right there where I'm at about that 752 1,000 mark, she's really happy. Let me bring this up and bring my modulation in. Okay. Carrier? No, got modulation in there. I'm on the antenna now. Everybody might have that. That's a sweet spot. Alright. Okay, here we go. Audio, 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 audio. So I'm only making like 1450, 1500. Where's my peak? Tweaker, 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 tweaker. 3150. Now RMS down here. Audio, 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 audio. 1450. Just like I said, my antenna is very stable. Audio, 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 audio. So that's working an antenna about 1500 watts. Now, I can't really, quote unquote, make more power on my radio. I can a little bit, and I can show you the growth. Just go a little. Alright. Now let's look at the same 2500 scale. Drop my radio up, I gotta bring my carrier down. Alright. Audio, 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 audio. So that just brought me up just a little bit. So it tells you that you can grow more into this transistor. Why is that? Because we're only putting 2.5 watts per transistor of drive into a straight 4-fill stage. Here's your peak, here's your RMS. Audio, audio, audio. So it grew a little bit. Did the peak grow any? Audio, audio, audio. 3200. Now, with that said, if I took and showed you guys what this Coax is doing now, let's go over that. But I'm going to take and just bring this back down because I don't like running my radio that hot. Not as hot as I want to go. Set a carrier right quick. Right around 750 watts is really nice. Let's give it an audio. Audio, audio. Oh, 1550. Alright, now, what's happening with the antenna? And this is where phase angle is important. Watch my antenna. Carrier level, audio level. Reflection, audio. I'm under 2.5 watts. See, very stable. Now, I'm going to simply remove 6 foot of this piece of Coax, disconnecting the barrel connector. I realize you guys are hearing those fans, I'm sorry. Alright, now, I'm not going to touch a thing, and we're going to go right back to my microphone. Look at my carrier level real quick. It dropped substantially. So let me bring my carrier back where I had. Okay, now, carrier. Looks good there, right? Let me start talking. Audio 12 foot, audio 12 foot. See how unstable it is? Audio, audio. Your reflection is dancing all over the place. So, if you have the wrong length of coax, you should commonly be able to see this if you're running a bird or coaxial dynamics meter. Just how it works. This is the requirements of how to run this box. So that is the requirements to run this unit. It requires 18 feet of coax. Now, if you don't have it, you can get a barrel connector, try to match the coax, same type, it'd be smart, and then put a barrel connector until you get an 18 footer made. But this one truly requires an 18 foot line going from your radio driving into this amplifier. If you have a 12, you need to test it in your system first. Don't take my word as biblical, this has got to be this way. I'm asking the guy that's going to be running this unit to take the time and try a 12 foot feed line from his radio or a half a wavelength, and then add 6 to it and make 18 or a 5/8 of a wavelength coax and see how it phases in. Now, it may work. I didn't take time. It's raining up here in Jersey. I didn't take time, and I don't do this a lot unless I really have a problem box to hook it up in the truck. I see what I see in my antenna, and I'm very, very, very happy with how this thing is performing on the antenna itself. So, with that said, you guys, this is the system, and there's a remote box. I'm going to see if I can get that. I do got quite a bit of RF in my room, but let me see if we can see these meters enough. See, they do dance around a little bit. Now we're going to change voltage, just to show you a little bit better performance out of this. Dance around, 1, 2, 3, 4. It dances around a little bit. Audio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They do dance around a little bit. But at the end of the day, I put those voltmeters in there to allow you guys to see what your voltage is running at. And sometimes they do this, sometimes they don't. This is about 30 inches of wire on here. Remember, I said I wanted to keep the wire short on these units, and a lot of guys are asking or requesting for longer lengths of wire, and this might be the outcome of that. You lengthen the wire, you may have a little bit of a voltage draw or a little bit of a dip on the LED voltmeters. But with that said, hey, listen, the volt boxes, the remote boxes, they're incredible. I love how great they work. If this is the worst thing that's happening, is dancing around a little bit on voltage, it's a $5 meter. You can't ask for much out of a $5 meter. I got points in there, I got ferrite in there. I even tried to do snap over externally, and it didn't help it. So it is what it is. So that's just something that they're not blanking out, they're not burning up. But with that said, here's another guy's unit that I built, and this paint job is just flipping phenomenal. I love how the paint work's coming out on these things. All the years I've been painting stuff, I was always like, some of the stuff I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I do one piece that just jumps out, and I'm like, that is just absolutely magnificent. Love how it turned out, how they work, how they look. This is insane. And I know one of my guys in Hawaii is going to be upset because he got the very first pink cover 'em up sticker holes on his, and it's still going to function. But damn, that's a nice looking unit. I'm sorry, guys. I evolve as I do projects. I consider what I'm doing, and then I want to package it better and better and better and better. And at the end, I had better cases made and etc. So in the meantime, let me switch voltage real quick. All right, let's bring in a bigger power supply. Let's bring in a bigger power supply. So since I disconnected the power, everything shut itself off. Obviously, it should be. I know, Steve. I told you. You're going to be upset. All right, so now we're hanging around about 15.6 on these meters right here, and we're showing 15.8 up there. That's all good. So let's take a look, and we got an amp meter over here. Let's just take a look at how everything's eating now. All right, my radio's back down to 14.9, so I should be commonly back down around 10 watts of drive. Let me take and readjust that key again. All right, let's see my radio, see what we got going on. Audio, about 9, all right. Input reflection audio, right under, now that's a 5 watt flux, that's under a half watt or so. All right, here is 2500 scale, average power, RMS, audio. See, there's room to grow if you have more voltage to grow and you don't have the radio. So right now, if a guy were to go out and run this thing, he's going to draw about this many amps. Audio. Still 240. He gained about 10 watts, 10 amps for 100 plus watts. That's a pretty good trade. What's going on, Bill Bowen? Audio. There's your 1800. What happened to my antenna? Audio. Still hanging out right around at 2.5, close to 3 now. It's an in the room RF audio in the corner. Now, what's happening with this little digital guy over here? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It dances around a bit. It's okay. Didn't expect it to happen, but it did because I made the wires longer, and that's what I predicted. So, kind of is what it is. At the end, it's a damn cool system. I'm just not making another one. Because when you spend an entire day trying to tune a network, so it's going to take and everything's going to work happily on the antenna, that's a box I don't think I want to try to replicate over and over again. So, this is the first and the last with a zippy box right here. Now, there's a South Jersey 4-drive and 8. It has 4 454s in it. This has 4 2879s. Yes, it's a bigger box. It can handle a little bit more drive. It's a beefier box. But with all of the headache and heartache that I went through to get this thing to run, I just said simply, the guys that talked me into doing this, I'm sorry I let you down. I had a few guys get some boxes, and they're going to appreciate them probably for a long time, and these boxes are actually going to be rare because I'm not going to replicate them or probably come back and do it again. So there you have it, and I believe the guy that got this is going to be very, very happy. I know the guy that's actually going to get it is going to be extremely ecstatically happy. The guy that paid for it, man, he's in the rabbit hole so deep. If you see the bottom of his feet sticking up out of the ground and he's barefoot, which he probably would be, tickle his feet. He'll laugh, and he'll just remember this as, I did this for this guy. But if something happens to that other guy, he gets this unit back. So one guy paid for this for another guy. God bless you for doing that. And I'm sorry that your other unit got destroyed in shipping. And that's why we ended up going where we're at right here. And I will like to take the time to acknowledge somebody that had no skin in the game whatsoever, had taken the old chassis and transformers and parts, which was Charger, IC manufacturer, Fat Boy, and he gave the guy a trade-in. He actually took his old bent-up chassis, the heat sink and the transformers were on it, and he hooked us up with a brand new chassis, 32-pill standard board, heat sink, and chassis. So that was really nice. He didn't have to do that, and you know, at the end, you're looking, that's about $350 to take and just do that. That's the old parts had value, and that's what I told the guy that it got destroyed in shipping. And I said, this has value. Let me see if I can take and see what Tony has to say. And he's like, yeah, I think that'd be a fair trade, because the old transformers in ferrite is getting a little harder and harder to get, and it's more and more expensive. But at the end of the day, he had value in the amp, as well as my other guy that paid for this thing. So the two guys that really took and went out and helped out and decided to, this is a good deal, then thank you. And the guy that's getting this thing, man, you better be mowing that guy's grass, make sure all the flowers are potted properly. You need to do some chores. To take in, if someone gifted me a box of this nature, man, I'd be over there and be trying to help that guy as much as physically possible as you could. So there you have it. I believe the guy's kind of old, but old guys can do stuff too. I see him at Walmart all the time. So that said, let's take a look at Molly and see what she's got going on. What's going on, Molly? Come here. Come out here. Come over here. Come here, Molly. Come on. Come over here. Oh, you're stretching. You're stretching. Come on here. Come on here. Come on here. Come here. I know you don't feel that great today. It's raining. It's yucky out. Yeah. You gonna wave to everybody? Hi. Hi. There you go. You want a peanut? There's a peanut for you. So, what you been doing? You been sleeping? You lost a little weight. Yes? Yes, you lost a little weight. Oh, I dropped one. So, what do you think? You gonna say hi? Molly, say hi. Good girl, you're sitting pretty. You gonna talk? You gonna say hi? Say hello. Molly, hey. You say hello. Roo-roo. Ha-ha. How'd it go? Roo-roo. Yes. You say thanks for watching, Zippy Box. Say thank you. Molly. Okay. Let you eat. I don't want you to choke first. Oh, you found another one. All right. You're like Miss Pac-Man. Molly, one more time. You're going to say hello. Say hi. Hi. Rah, 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 rah. Sit. You're waving, get the tricks. You get the tricks, get the treat. But you got to talk to me. What's up? Hi. Uh-huh. Did you like the box? Did you like the Zippy Box? Look. Over there, there's a Mozilla box over there. It's black and white just like you. Yeah, it's coming up. It is. All right. You gonna wave to everybody? Come on, give me a pretty. Come on, up, 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 up. All right, there you go. All right. Get the peanut. All right, go on. All right, good girl. So there you have it, guys. There's Molly. Some people don't like my dog in the video, and I don't like you if you don't like that. So there you go. I have to say he's pop shots because, man, some guys are like, oh, great video, until I saw the dog. Go ahead, you cat lover. Get, you cat lover. So, there you have it. First and the last stage box. These things take a lot of effort to get running on the antenna. If you don't believe me, build one or buy one and someone says it works, and it may or may not work. But like I said, I was successful with the 454s and that box really ripped and did good. But this guy said, oh, we want all 2879s. I had thought about it, and as I was building it, I had my concerns. And damn it, I hate being right sometimes, but my concerns came true, and I had to do a buttload of work to get this little guy running. So she's right, she's tight, she's doing good. Have a wireless remote system now. No wires running across your truck. No, I'm gonna plug it in wrong because this is a mic jack. So there's really no right or wrong way to put it in. You put the groove at the top. So if that groove's upward, slide it right in the hole. And that will take and bring the energy to that box right there. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully you understood why I do what I do. I try to explain it to justify this and that antenna and that piece of coax and that radio, and I could change radios that do less power with the other radio. So again, this would be quote unquote a higher driven amplifier. So where you had the 454s, well, that 10 bird filled those boogers up right quick. This one here, man, you could double up. You can get 25, 30 watts of drive into this thing, and this thing will be a monster. But try to keep away from those damn striker radios with this piece of equipment. I don't think it's going to be a very good run. It may work fine with the driver. It may work fine with 16 by itself, but both together, you may have yourself nothing but a big old smoke fest. Pull out the marshmallows and hot dogs and get to go. What's going on, Chris Roy? How are you? So, I'm getting up out of here, and this is what we got. A little Zippy. And this is a 001, and it's the last one. First and last. Hate to say it, but this is what's going to happen. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it. Fabulous job, she says. So, I'm out of here. Molly, you out of here? Damien, what's up, buddy? Say hi to Damien. Say what's up. Huh? Where's Kelly at? Yeah? Where's your girlfriend, Kelly? Hi, Molly. You got a lot to say now. Look, who's this? Is that Brownie? Is that Brownie the bear? Yeah. So, you want to go get the kitty? Yeah. All right. You heard her. She said yes. All right, guys. I got to go. Catch you later on the next one. Thanks for watching. God bless. I'm gone.